Hi, I'm Dave, your farmer from Wrong Direction Farm. I'm feeding the cattle today in preparation for a snowstorm. So over the next day and a half, we're expecting to get between 7 to 10 inches of snow. So it's a significant snowfall, not a cause for any alarm or drama, but it's a significant enough one that we should prepare for it. And this is a good time to talk about how we feed the cattle when we have snow in the forecast. So I mentioned in my most recent video how we feed the cattle with rings around their bales of baleage. But today, I don't know if you could see, sometimes the exposure doesn't work so well with black cattle on white snow. But if you look behind me, the cattle are just eating bales without any protective rings around them. And there's a reason for that. So I have some low quality bales. These are bales that were cut later in the season. Generally speaking, the earlier in the season you cut them, the better the grass quality is. As the grass gets older, it gets stemmier and loses some of its nutrition. Some of the energy levels start to go down, and some of the protein levels go down. In the bales, there's still bits of tender grass, but there's also quite a bit of stemmy, stalky stuff that they just don't like so much. It's harder for them to digest it. After a while, the carbohydrates turn into cellulose and lignin, and they become undigestible to cattle. If they can eat the grass while it's still in that pre-lignin stage, they can extract a lot more of the carbohydrates out of it. So the cattle are going to tear these bales apart, and they're going to spread most of this stuff on the ground. There will be some small bits in here that they eat. Some of the leaves are still in good shape, but a lot of this stuff is just really on the stemmy side, so it's not going to be as palatable to them. If this were good baleage, I'd be concerned about it, but since this is relatively low quality stuff, I'm not really concerned about them eating it. If I were to force them to eat all of this, they would probably they wouldn't be gaining weight. They'd probably actually be losing a little weight while they were trying to digest such coarse stuff. So it has a better use at the moment as bedding. So I wanted to give a recap. The storm is past. We got about 6 inches, although the first 3 inches were really a solid pack of ice, just impossible to shovel through. You had to chip away in little bites. And you can see behind me the area where the bales were. They've spread it out, and there's a long dry spot for them to lie down. So they got through the storm just fine, and you can see now that they're eating bales back in their normal bale feeders behind me. So yeah, that's how we feed them when the snow comes, and they get through it just fine.